a side, just pick a side, stupid. Pick a side, yeah. Pick a side, just pick a side, stupid. Pick a side. Pick a side, just pick a side, stupid. Pick a side, yeah. Pick a side, just pick a side, stupid. Pick a side. Pick a side, just pick a side, stupid. Pick a side, yeah. Pick a side, just pick a side, stupid. Pick a side, just pick a side, stupid. Pick a side, yeah. Pick a side, just pick a side, stupid. Pick a side. Pick a side, just pick a side, stupid.
Hey, Sean, it's good. How are you? No, I'm in North Reading now. Yeah, a lot more spiders in North Reading than. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say that'd be real nice, but no, no. The 1,200 stimulus dollars didn't stretch that far, so. Yeah, so Kerry Strug is kind of like what springs to mind. I did gymnastics when I was like real little. I'm not an athletic person. I was always like a drama club type of person instead of like a sports type of person. But yeah, when I was real little, I did gymnastics, so I would always watch that in the Olympics. But yeah, that's kind of like the big moment I remember. Yeah, yeah, I was. I mean, I think I was a little younger, but yeah, I remember because that was what 96, 98. Mhm. Got it. Yeah.
Hello.
Good to be here.
Oh, curling all day. Curling is so fun and interesting, and also you can probably be drunk while you do it. Hell,
Easy. The coach of the 92 Dream Team. So easy. I look good in a blazer, and I think I could boss a lot of people around taller than me. It's just a skill. Just a skill I have. But I have no sports skills at all. You know that. We've known each other for a long time. I mean, I was into bodybuilding, but that's not an Olympic sport. That's like a body like that's like an eating disorder. I think it's not an actual. It's not a good thing. Right. Nobody lets you show off your muscles in a fancy way. They want to just see how much you can lift.
you're thinking of dressage. This is horse bodybuilding.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yikes.
All right.
Woo.
So I think that coaches should go first. So Gary, I'm going to let you take the first stab here. So we have 5 categories. You're going to get 2 questions from each category. And those categories are winter/summer, ancient or modern Olympics, ceremonies, scandals, and wild card. Where would you like to start this evening?
I gotta say scandals.
Scandals. All right. Okay. Your question. During the 2008 Summer Olympics, Taekwondo athlete Angel Mateos was disqualified and banned for life for doing what? Here are your options. A. He swept the leg of his injured opponent. B. He bit the ear off of his opponent. C. He attempted to bribe the referees. Or D. He kicked the referee in his face.
I hope it's kick the referee in the face. That's my answer. That's what I'm gonna go with.
That's your answer?
Yeah.
Follow your dream, man, because that is the real answer.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a fantastic picture online. There's an action shot of him kicking the referee right in the face.
Who hasn't ever wanted to do that to a referee or a Foot Locker employee?
Yep. Fidel Castro defended the move. Swear to God. Yeah.
It's the second worst thing he's ever done, I'm sure.
All right. So that is 1 point to Gary. Andrew, you have the same categories. Again, you're going to get 2 questions from each category, but we can start wherever you want.
Okay, you're gonna have to remind me of what the categories are.
Sure. So summer, winter, ancient, modern, ceremonies, scandals, and wild card.
Let's go modern.
Modern. I think all of these are mostly about the ancient Olympics. Here's one about modern Olympics. Okay.
Okay.
The modern Olympics have featured lots of sports which are now discontinued. Of the following, which has never been an Olympic sport? Your options are A. Tug of war, B. Tetherball, C. Pistol dueling, or D. Croquet.
I think this is genuinely hard. I think a lot of these.
They're all very silly, yeah.
Yeah, one of these is right.
So only one of these was never a sport. The rest of them.
Yeah, the rest of them were definitely sports. I feel like I do know that tug of war was a sport in the Olympics. It seems very possible that croquet could be one, even though I feel the same way about that I do horse bodybuilding. I'm gonna say pistol dueling, because you can't have a sport where someone dies, right? It's not possible, but I'm going with that.
That's a really good guess. But
I don't know.
pistol dueling was actually a real sport. It was, I think, in the early 1900s, they used rubber bullets.
All right.
Yeah. No, tetherball has never been an Olympic sport.
Okay. I accept that.
Good guess, though. I don't know. I think pistol dueling would be pretty cool to introduce. So.
Oh, hold on a second. Okay, before we go on, can anybody that's in the comments right now tell me if you can hear me?
I need
No?
to switch the mic.
Okay. Well, I turned on the mic because it said mute microphone right here, and that was checked. So maybe it was just on. This is going swimmingly. So nobody on YouTube is telling me that they can hear me, so I'm going to assume that this is not working.
No, I just turned on YouTube and could hear you there.
Oh, you can hear me. Okay, so people can hear me. All right.
Yeah.
Great.
Comments say yes as well.
So that's good. So I'll just see if I can get this fixed then. Great. So this is working.
Are we
Okay.
allowed to talk?
We're back. I was just trying to get the poll to work so that audience can vote on what they think the answer is, but we're having a little glitch with that. We're still working out some of the kinks in this show, and as you know, on Pick a Side Stupid, there's no kink shaming. So, we
This
have
is going
kinks.
about as well as the Rio Olympics.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Okay, it's working. You just needed to refresh the page.
Okay, cool.
But I have wiped out your.
That's all right. Thank you. All right, Sarah saved the day. We are good to
Thank
go.
you, Sarah.
Let's get this going again, and I'm gonna reset this all. Great.
I'm still winning, right?
By the
Gary,
way,
you're dominating right now.
hey everybody on YouTube, thank you for letting me know that my microphone wasn't working. So I think we're good now. Let's do it. So Andrew did not get that right. Is that correct? All
I did not. No.
So right now it's 2-1, Gary Peterson, because they each got
All right.
one before we even started the questioning here.
That's right. All right, Gary. So your remaining categories are winter, summer, ancient games, ceremonies, and wild card.
Let's go ceremonies, please.
All right. Here's your question. From 1920 through 1988, live doves were released after lighting the Olympic cauldron. After 1988, they were replaced with either fake or symbolic doves. Why? Your options are A, because there was an outbreak of bird flu from the doves pooping on athletes. B, because several doves burned alive by landing on the Olympic cauldron. C, because an archer was attacked by a dove. Or D, because the song When Doves Cry came out.
Oh, God. These all seem very plausible, very real. I don't think I'm gonna walk you through my thoughts. I don't think it's because When Doves Cry, although Prince did a fantastic job, but I don't think that's a protest song from what my memory says. I don't want it to be this, but I want to say it was because they burned alive.
That is
That's
correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Not yet. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess several landed and just burned right up in front of everyone. So that was the last year they did live birds. Now it's like light displays or whatever. All right. Gary, you are up 3-1. Andrew, it is your turn.
Let's go with a wild card.
Wild card category. All right. Here is your question. The Olympics introduced its first official mascot in Munich in 1972. What was that mascot?
Jeez.
Your options are A, 2 happy children. B, Izzy.
3 happy children.
B, Izzy, not a human or animal or object, is blue, wears training shoes. This is Sean wrote this question. I'm not exactly sure what that means.
It's
I'm
not
just
an
giving
object either.
I'm just giving you the description of the mascot as, look, these were, almost all of these were mascots at some Olympic game, but not necessarily the first official mascot of the Olympics.
Great. Very
Okay,
exciting.
so we have 2 happy children, or the non-human, non-animal, non-object blue thing with training shoes named Izzy. Option C is Quatchy the Sasquatch, or option D is Waldy the Dachshund. Maybe pronounced Dachshund. I've never really known how to say that.
I think it's both. I think Izzy was for games in the U.S. Quatchy sounds like a Canadian mascot. The Sasquatch for like a Vancouver games or something. I'm gonna say it's the Dachshund.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that is
That's
so
right.
Izzy was a real thing.
So the other ones that I wrote here were all mascots during different years. I believe Izzy was the Atlanta.
Yeah, that's what you wrote in the notes.
Yeah. And the Two Happy Children was Lilyhammer. And Quatchy the Sasquatch was the Vancouver Olympics.
Oh, hell yeah. I was right on
2000.
it for all these.
So, yeah. So
Good work, Andrew.
Nice job.
All right. Well, you're cutting into Gary's lead really good here. So,
Yeah.
all right, Gary, you're still up by 1 point. You have winter, summer. Did you do ancient already? No. So you have winter, summer, ancient, or wild card.
I'll do winter summer, please.
Okay. All right,
Wait,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
Is winter summer its own category, or is it winter and summer are their own categories?
It's its own category, and it's just about games in the winter/summer. This one should probably be called games instead of winter summer.
Okay.
But,
I thought they were two categories, but this is even better.
Yes, yeah, just one category. All right. All right, so Gary, your question, also written by Sean. Only one athlete has won medals in both the Winter and Summer Olympics in the same year. That year was, or I guess, wait, because that could be the answer. So who was that athlete who won both Winter and Summer in the same year? Your options are A, Michael Phelps, B, Pete Rose, C, Christia Luding Rothenberg, or D, Bo Jackson.
Winter and summer. It does feel like it. I'm going to go with my gut instinct on this, which I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to go Phelps.
Oh, we should have told them the year. I feel like I wrote that in parentheses, but this is such a sort of obscure question that I feel like it's a hint that they need.
Okay.
Because these are all they're such great athletes that they could, we know that they could win these, in the both winter and summer. So maybe they need the year as a hint.
All right. So the year was 1988.
Well, Michael Phelps would have been 8 years old, I believe. So I redact that. The other ones were, you said Bo Jackson, Pete Rose, and
Christia Luding Rothenberg.
Let's go with her.
That is correct.
That's right.
I don't know who she is, but she's a gold medal winner twice over.
Yeah.
We don't know what the sports were? That is a heck of a feat.
It was, what was it? It was, I think it was like indoor bicycling, one of those the fast track around,
Sure.
and I think ice skating.
Yeah.
Interesting.
If I remember correctly. But yeah, she's the only person
indoor bicycling was a thing.
to do both winter and summer the same year. I think there's 4 athletes that have won both winter and summer Olympic medals, but never in the same year.
Yeah, also, they don't have the Olympics in the same year that often.
Well, they used to do them every 4 years, and they do both the same year, and now they do them every 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now
That
they
record
don't
will
do
never
them
be
at all.
Yeah, now they don't do them at all.
No.
But I agree, it would be much more difficult to win them in the same year when they do them every 2 years. You're onto something there, Andrew.
They should do it on Skype. Just my personal opinion.
At home. That'd
All
be
right.
fun.
So Gary gets
All right.
another point.
Yeah, so Gary is up 4-2. Andrew, it is your turn. What category would you like?
Just give me that winter summer.
All right. Your question is about someone who competed in the Winter Olympics. So Michael Edwards, who was nicknamed Eddie the Eagle, he represented Great Britain in the ski jump in the 1988 Olympics. What was his deal? Your options are that A, he replaced the original ski jumper who was murdered a few days before the games began. B, he famously supplied the entire Olympic Village with mountains of cocaine. C, he collided with an eagle in mid-air. Or D, he was dead last in all of his events, behind the second to last place person by 70 points.
Whew.
There's a movie about him called Eddie the Eagle, by the way.
Oh, that doesn't mean that's not a hint. That still means it could be any of these. I would make a movie about any of these people since.
A big hint, though, it stars Meryl Streep, so I don't know if that influences
Is
anything.
she the eagle that Eddie collided with in midair?
Yeah, it's a Disney production.
No, I don't think it's C. I don't think it's Randy Johnson, but with skis.
Fabio collided with a goose on a roller coaster as well. Don't forget about that.
Could you do a quick impression of that while Andrew thinks? The noise Fabio made.
No.
Carter, you have a deep bass. Could you do a Fabio Eagle?
What is? I don't know what Fabio sounded like.
That's my first thought. I have no idea what that man sounds like.
He was only to look at, not to listen to.
He was an actor / model, and not the other way around.
Yeah.
All right, I like this thing where you all do theme music for me in the form of bits, but I'm ready to lock in an answer.
All right.
And I think I'm going to go with A, that he replaced a murdered ski jumper days before the thing began.
That's a good guess, but no, his deal was that he was dead last. Yeah, he actually, because of him, they changed the rules of how you qualify for the Olympics. Because no one from Great Britain tried to do the ski jump, so he was able to just basically sign up.
Huh.
Nice.
So now there's like at least a bar that you have to pass rather than.
It's also not a high bar. I know that still is like you can really get away with a lot to qualify. If you're from a obscure country in an obscure sport, you can just like go and be happy to be there.
You could be like just a mediocre bobsled team.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Well, Andrew Mayer falls a little further behind here, which is sad, but you know.
I'm on tilt now for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see a miracle situation.
Yeah, he's just digging himself a hole to get out of it later. He wants to make it dramatic.
Yeah, a sports comeback. All right, Gary.
I'm ready. I'm just taking this more seriously now. What do we got?
So I don't think you haven't done wild card. You haven't done ancient yet. Those are your
Let me
two.
try. I'll go wild card. I feel better about that one.
All right. Okay. In addition to the language of the host country, this is a hard question. In addition to the language of the host country, what are the 2 official languages of the Olympics? Your options are A, English and Greek, B, English and French, C, Cantonese and Esperanto, or D, German and Latin.
I do not feel that English is the right answers. So I'm gonna limit it to Cantonese, or it was Cantonese and
An Esperanto or German and Latin.
let's go with Cantonese.
That is not correct. No.
Wow.
It is.
What's Esperanto from? It's like a made-up language, right?
It was a push for it to have a universal language that I think like 12 people ever ended up speaking.
Oh, well, that would be a great one for the Olympics then.
It would, but
It may as well be Klingon.
You watch your mouth.
If it existed, it would be a great language for the Olympics.
it would be good. It's like in Lord of the Rings, they have the common tongue, but then they all have their own language. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
I wish they
No,
talked like those-
English and French are actually the official languages of the Olympics.
fucking
keep
white
being like-
colonization.
I keep
Sure.
thinking, man, I know all of these answers. Then I'm like, I read them before the show. That's why. All right. Andrew, you got a chance to make it a little closer here.
Here we go.
do. I also haven't been writing down what categories you've done, so I no longer have any memory. So
Okay. I've gotten them all wrong, so is it really an advantage if I re-choose them?
yeah, go with whatever category.
I know I haven't done ancient yet, so let's go there.
Okay. Well, you did because you did modern, but that's okay. We'll ask you ancient. All right. Your question from Sean Carter: who provided the original Olympics uniform? Your options are A, the Senate approved and distributed uniforms. B, typically the biggest businesses in Rome would sponsor the games. C, athletes had to buy their own athletic wear. Or D, nobody. The athletes competed naked.
Man, I really thought that it was going to be Senate approved stuff, just like the Senate goes, yep, you're allowed to wear exclusively this. But I think in a surprise twist, I think D's the right answer.
D is correct.
That's right. Everybody was just running around naked during the original Olympics, and that was
The
also
pole
like,
vault didn't even use a pole.
yeah, just jump. But yeah, it was mostly. I think the first years were just running pretty much. So
And wrestling.
yeah, running and wrestling. So no need for clothes for those things.
It's just competitive frolics.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's 4-3 now. It's a close one.
You feel
It's
that,
really
Gary?
cool. We've got one final question in this first round. Gary, what category haven't you done yet? I'll start right here.
Ancient.
Hmm?
I think I haven't done. Did I do ancient? Or I think ancient.
All right. Your question about the ancient Olympics. So so right now, winners receive a gold medal. What did the original ancient winners receive? Your options are A, 30 gold pieces. B, a 1-year appointment in the Senate. C, an olive branch wreath. Or D, the chance to judge a gladiator battle.
This is how we should run politics from now on, but I don't think that's how it works. I mean, I would love to have Michael Jordan in charge of everything at this point. I'm leaning towards, and it's a total guess, the olive wreath.
That is correct. You finished off an almost perfect round here.
Thank you.
Gary knows his Olympic trivia, I guess.
Yeah, there we go. All right, Andrew. Your last category is maybe. Did you do scandals?
No, I did not do scandals.
All right. Okay, so your question then, from Sean Carter. Oh no, wait, I can care about this one. The first Olympic drug suspension happened in 1968. A Swedish pentathlete tested positive for which substance and was disqualified? So your options are A, LSD, B, alcohol, C, MDMA, or D, heroin. This was 1968.
Yeah, I mean, it can't be heroin. You can't compete on heroin.
You can in the bobsled, I think.
Yeah. It's just all those downhill ice ones are just trying to stay still. My life is doing like chants in the YouTube comments right now.
I see that.
I think it's LSD. Let's go with LSD. It's the 60s.
That was a good guess.
Oh, no!
Oh no, Andrew's falling behind here.
What?
I said Andrew's falling behind.
Yeah, every time you tell me it's a good guess, I just know that it's wrong.
That is a good guess, and it also is not the right answer, Andrew.
Not the right guess,
Yeah.
though.
What was right?
Alcohol.
Tested positive for alcohol.
Yeah.
That's round one.
Yeah, so that is the end of round one. So right now, Andrew, you are down by 2, but you have 5 more questions to make a comeback.
That's more than 2.
That is.
Plenty of time.
I'm going to let you start off first in round 2 here. You can
All right,
pick
here we
from
go.
any category.
Same categories?
Same category. All right.
Okay.
So,
Let's go wild card.
Oh, wild card? Okay. All right. Your wild card question. From 1912 until 1948, which group also competed in the Olympics? Your options are A, painters, B, architects, C, musicians, or D, all of the above. This was from 1912 to 1948.
I thought it was going to be a different thing that wrapped up in 1948, to be honest. How do you... I can understand maybe doing competitive painting, like speed painting of some kind. That seems feasible to me. I can't picture there being competitive architecture. I'm going to go with musicians. I think that seems like one that could be judged and evaluated on the spot.
So technically musicians were a part of it, but it was D, all of the above.
Whoa.
Oh,
So
Yeah,
that was
there
a good guess.
There was an arts category.
thank you, Sean.
That's such a ridiculous fact that I read it when May wrote it in the document that we have. I transferred it from that document into the software. I've typed this out, and even as she was reading it, I was like, I know the answer. It's none of the above. And then I read it, and I was like, oh no, it's all of the above? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, seems real dumb. I don't know. But
I
really,
just looked up architecture in the Olympics, like, immediately.
yeah, it seemed very subjective. I mean, I guess you could argue a lot of the judgment is still kind of subjective, but not,
Well, is it like-
not that subjective.
Is it like stuff that you pre-made where you just like go to the Olympics and are like, look at this building I made?
Yeah, I
It's a lot,
blueprints or what? Yeah.
lot of dioramas.
It was
In a
speed
line.
architecture.
All right, that's okay. That's all right. Gary, you get to pick from any category now.
Let's go scandals.
Scandals. Okay. During the 1998 Winter Olympics, figure skater Surya Bonali, maybe, lost points for doing what during her routine? Your options are A, wearing an inappropriate costume, B, falling twice, C, doing a 1-foot backflip, or D, smoking.
She did.
It would make that honestly just makes the routine more artistic if there's like a little train of smoke following her around.
I think you get more points if you're just, yeah, I'll finish up to this in a minute. I think I know this for a fact, and there's a great documentary on it, but she did a 1-footed backflip.
That is correct.
If you haven't seen I think it's a Netflix series called The Losers.
It's so good.
Her. She's fantastic. Highly recommended. It's a good pick-me-up series.
Yeah, apparently it was a banned move. You're not supposed to do a backflip a 1-footed backflip while ice skating because it's dangerous.
Yeah, she was like an adopted French girl who grew up like in a van attending all these like Olympic events where she was the only black kid there, and she was just kind of like, well, fuck you, Olympics, and planned to do the backflip in the show, and she's just like, and became like Ice Capades champion or whatever after that. So she's doing okay. Yeah, one of my heroes.
That documentary is really good. Also, I think I should note how many of Gary's questions I've known in my head.
Well, one more point for Gary, who's up to 6 now. 6-3.
6-3. It's not insurmountable, Andrew.
4 questions left.
So you can choose from the Winter Summer Games, ancient ceremonies, or scandals.
Let's do scandals.
All right. All right, your question is about the 2012 Olympics in London. So during these games, the Indonesian and South Korean pairs were for badminton, right? Were disqualified after both teams were accused of what? Your options are A, blood doping, B, human growth hormone, C, corked rackets, or D, trying to lose.
I just know this, I think I know the answer, just outright, and it's D, trying to lose.
That's a good guess, and it's the right one.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they had to basically, they had already advanced and they were trying to get better seating in their next round, so they tried to lose their game.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't the NBA do that all the time? Isn't that a thing in the NBA?
Yeah, I think the problem here was that both teams were trying to lose. Like, when you have one team that's trying to lose, it's fine because they just lose easily. But when both teams are trying to lose, they're just, like, not moving and doing a bad job of losing. And the crowd started booing them, and the ref had to come out and tell them to try. And it was actually kind of controversial because some people were just like, well, that's a tactical thing. You should be allowed to do it.
I mean, it sounds like they were still being competitive, just kind of negatively competitive. So
yeah, it just made a match that nobody wanted to watch.
Yeah, which is really what the Olympics are all about, right? The ratings. So
that's why that happened in soccer at one point, to a point where they had to make all the games happen at the same time, because if people knew the scores of one of the other games, they would try to lose or try to get a draw.
Yeah.
All right, Gary, so you're ahead by 2 points, and you have 4 more questions to go. You can grab any category except for scandals.
So it's the other categories are winter, summer, wild card, ancient,
and ceremonies.
Let's go ceremonies.
All right. Okay. How is the Olympic torch lit at the start of the games? Your options are A, the Olympic fire is always kept burning. The torch is lit from the eternal flame each year. B, It is started from the embers of a sacrificial bonfire to the Olympic gods. C, an ancient method of using parabolic mirrors to spark the torch. Or D, nothing special, just some lighter fluid and matches.
Yeah, just getting a little charcoal going.
It's
I'm
got
ready
a
for barbecue over the Olympics.
propane tank underneath. They're like, did I fill it? I think it is my instinct is A. So I'm going to go with A. It never stops burning.
Yeah, that'd be really cool, but no, that was my idea. They use mirrors.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's stupid.
I should be in charge of these ancient ceremonies, I think.
Yeah, I'd put you in charge. I think, well, hey, look, Andrew is one question closer now. Gary's fallen back a step, and it's anybody's game.
Yep.
It is. This is really competitive, just like the Olympics. All right, Andrew, you can choose from any category except wild card.
That was me kneecapping Gary just now.
Why?
I'll do winter summer.
Winter Summer Games. All right. What else is true about Kerri Strug, the gymnast who famously vaulted to gold on an injured ankle in the 1996 Olympics? So what else about this is true? A, she was disqualified from the 2000 Olympics after testing positive for crack cocaine. B, she has summited Mount Everest 6 times. C, her gymnastic coach defected to the US from Soviet Russia during the height of the Cold War. Or D, it later came out that her ankle was fine and she was faking the injury.
We have like another bloody sock thing. I don't think she summited Mount Everest 6 times. It seems like if there was some sort of springboard to get up there, that would be possible. But otherwise, I think it's C. I don't think she's tested positive for cocaine. I think that her coach was a former Soviet.
That is correct. Yeah.
Good guess, Andrew.
Thank you.
You're catching up. You're within 1 point now.
Yeah, and also, little known fact about Kerri Strug is a couple of years ago, she had a very unsuccessful video game company
What?
that almost bankrupted the state of Rhode Island.
No, that's Kurt Schilling. That's the bloody sock reference.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I was just following up on your thing.
Yep.
Got it.
No, they seemed very aghast at the idea that Kerri Strug would run a video game company into the ground.
I was like, she's successful at everything she does. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Is there a gymnastics video game? Because there should be.
Oh, there definitely should be.
Absolutely.
There was for
like that
Atari.
Tony Hawk game, but more fun.
Yeah. Somebody should get on that.
Yeah. All right, Gary. To try to cinch your lead here, you've got Winter Summer Games, Ancient, and Wild Card.
Let's go wild card.
All right. Okay. Which of these is not true of the first woman to win Olympic gold for the U.S.? Her name was Margaret Abbott. So your options are A, the event she competed in was golf. B, instead of a medal, she was awarded a porcelain bowl. C, she never even knew she was competing in the Olympics. She thought it was just a regular golf tournament. And D, she disguised herself as a man in order to compete in the Olympics. So which one is not true?
What was the first thing you said?
She competed in golf.
I
Sean,
think
you wrote this one, right? What year was this? Do you know?
I did write this. I believe it was in 1914 or something. It was very early on.
Got it. Yeah, so options are she competed in golf. Instead of a medal, they gave her a porcelain bowl. She never knew she was competing in the Olympics, or she disguised herself in order to compete.
It was 1902, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I'm guessing she disguised herself. I'm guessing she knew it was the Olympics.
So, okay, so your question is which one is not true?
Not true. I don't think they gave her a glass bowl. I'm gonna guess that.
So you're guessing that she was not given a glass. So this is confusing. Sorry, I didn't write this question. So she was given a glass bowl. The correct answer is that she did not have to disguise herself as a man.
Yeah.
Oh, the thing that what was not true is that she didn't disguise herself as a man. She did not know that she was in the Olympics. She was a golfer.
That's wild that that's not the not true one.
Right. She was a good golfer, and she lived in Paris at the time, and the Olympics were in Paris, and she signed up for a golf tournament. And in 1900, when this happened, the Olympics were not doing a good job of promoting and letting people know that it even existed. So she just entered a golf tournament and won it by a lot. And it wasn't until decades later that a professor who is like researching the Olympics from early on realized that she won an Olympic gold medal and like contacted her family to let them know, and they had no idea. But it wasn't a medal because that year they gave out just like artifacts instead. I don't know why.
Just like, here's all this priceless stuff we found. You have it.
The whole thing about it is crazy. Her and her mother both entered, and her mother came in 7th place, and she came in 1st place. Yeah. Just for a nice day out.
Yeah, that was before women were even allowed to compete, I think. They weren't allowed until a little bit later, technically.
Man, I feel like it was a lot easier to win the Olympics back when no one wanted to be in them. It's like much easier to be. I feel like it's like American Ninja Warrior, where like if you watch old seasons of that, it's like you have to jump over this 2-foot high pole. Oh man, you did it. And now if you watch it, it's insane, and no one can even try.
Yeah, I mean, not only like the way that people train, but technique is such a huge thing where like if you watch the old high jump videos where people would like just jump with their legs still underneath themselves, they wouldn't even like arch their back and go over that way. It's just changed so much. But she was the first woman to win a gold medal for the U.S.
Love it.
Margaret Abbott.
All right. So Andrew, you are able to catch up here, I think.
Is this to tie it up?
This is to tie it.
Yeah, this is to tie it. All right. So you have ancient and ceremonies open for your categories.
Let's do ceremonies.
All right. Okay, we all know that 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place get gold, silver, and bronze medals respectively.
We all know that.
We all know that. But do we know what 4th place gets? Your options are A, a diploma, B, stainless steel, C, a $50 gift card to play it again sports, or D, Olympic rings keychain.
Oh my god. The one I wanted to be is definitely wrong. What are the first two? It's stainless steel something?
Diploma or stainless steel are the first two.
Okay. I'm gonna say it's stainless steel. It's not a keychain. I really hope it's not a keychain. It seems like a really good 4th place prize though, to be like, hey, nice going, almost.
Here's your official Olympic keychain. It's not a keychain, but it's also not stainless steel. It's a diploma.
Diploma.
Yeah.
I don't know why. That doesn't make sense to me. It's not like they graduated anything.
They actively did not. If they had finished one spot higher, they would have graduated the Olympics.
All right. So, Gary, you can. So, Andrew only has one question left. So, if Gary wins this one, it will be impossible for Andrew to tie it up.
Oh boy.
And Gary, your categories to choose from are winter, summer games or ancient.
Let's go winter, summer.
All right. Okay. Your question. Which gymnastic competition was added to the Olympics in the year 2000? Your options are A, gymnastic trampolining, B, rhythmic gymnastics, C, water gymnastics, or D, synchronized floor routines.
Run them through one more time.
Okay. Gymnastic trampolining, rhythmic gymnastics, water gymnastics, or synchronized floor routines.
I'd say I'm a bystander of watching rhythmic gymnastics. That's what I almost hoped that just showed up in 2000, but I also owned a trampoline, a mini trampoline as a child, and caused a lot of lower back issues later in life. I want to say it's got to be one of those. I'm gonna go with the trampoline.
You're correct, and it's awesome.
I wanted you to go rhythmic gymnastics so bad.
Wow. Nail in the coffin right there for Gary Peterson.
Thank you.
All right, so to see how many points you lose by, Andrew, all right, so your question is ancient modern, but so this is actually, what is the official motto of the Olympics? This was introduced in the modern Olympics in the late.
Oh, it's Sic Semper Tyrannis.
No.
That's what John Rollins said after he killed Abraham
Death to
Lincoln.
tyrants.
I was like, maybe it is. Maybe I got it wrong. That sounds right. No. So what is the translation from Latin? So your options are. So I'm going to read you the translations. Your options are A, swifter, higher, stronger. B, harder, better, faster, stronger. C, for the glory of the game. Or D, strength through unity.
I think it's A. I think what is it? Altius, Fortius, Maximus? Yeah.
Yep.
I think it's A.
Yep, that is correct.
That is also a very quick answer. And on top of that, Andrew, the thing that you should know is the quote that you threw out there by what was it, John Wilkes Booth?
Yeah.
Lot of bumper stickers down here in Tennessee that say that actually. So.
Oh jeez.
Is that lying or?
No, I was just kidding. That's not. I actually, you know what was exciting the other day was I passed this. There's this flagpole down the street from me where this person has like 8 flags on it. And the lowest one that they had was the Confederate flag, and they have taken it off now. So that's pretty exciting.
Great.
Yeah.
I first, until you said John Wilkes Booth, I was like, why is he bringing up Harry Potter right now?
Oh God. Okay. Well, it looks like Gary is our winner this week. Gary, I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the show, but what we do for a prize for our winner is we let you plug anything that you want while also simultaneously shitting on the other person's project. So,
sure. Andrew's project, I assume, is probably his latest album.
Yeah,
is that
there's
correct?
no other project, so.
Okay. And Andrew's album, I'm assuming the title is "Trying My Best." Let me just hold this while I talk. It's the greatest of all time trophy that I purchased specifically for this moment. I want to say recently released a podcast with a launched podcast, which we'd love to have all of you very funny people on, called Death by Comedy, all about the horrible times of stand-up comedy. I think Sean Carter and I met in one of those in the basement of Somerville. Andrew and I have certainly driven through a lot of blizzards together.
Oh,
and,
man.
Yeah, it's quite a journey. So that's Death by Comedy on iTunes. We launched it. Joe List was our friend this week. Andrew Mayer is somebody that you can listen to. Just know that you're doing more harm than good, and he should really focus on his advertising career or something. I also have an album coming out in October. It'll either be called Yellow Belt Confidence or the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club album, Part 2. And I think I've shit on Andrew enough that honestly he's a very funny comedian. Please look him up as well as Sean. And
I don't know why the goat is like pixelated on your camera. I feel like it's something.
Yeah, the goat looks blurry.
It's blurred.
Is that?
Well, I bought it blurry. It was cheaper than getting. They said you want a pixelated one. And I was like, yeah, of course.
I didn't know if that was a like an adult video award or something, and it was something profane on the top, and Skype was just like automatically blurring it out on us.
Anytime someone holds up a trophy on Skype, it's got a penis on top.
It does have nipples. It does have
udders.
Yeah. Udders. I demanded the statue maker make as accurate as possible. But yeah, that's all I got.
Great. Well, thanks, Andrew and Gary, both for playing this week. And also check out Andrew Mayer's album online. It's great. And you have two of them. They're both online, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So check out both of them. And May, thank you so much for hosting the show tonight. And for everybody that was watching and wasn't able to use the poll, well, we'll get that figured out by tomorrow. We had some technical issues with that. But we'll have it figured out for tomorrow's debate. Thanks so much for joining us, and we will see you soon.